about the photo of the red sun. Now all my destiny, I know where to find you. And once it's in the world, then it's inside of you. And every other day, they say there's never been this way. And every other day, they say it will always be this way. Just like a photo of the red sun. Took a photo of a red sun and shared it out with everyone. You took a photo of a red sun and shared it out with everyone.
My name is Ian. I am the singer and guitar player for Class 91.
That makes me Brock, who does rhythm guitarist for Class of 91.
I'm Fred on bass.
Steve, drums.
Awesome. So first question, did you guys all actually graduate in 91 and did you know each other back then?
So, sort of. So Steve and I are graduates of the Class of 91. We've actually known each other probably since grade 9, grade 10. The rest of us at the table are in the proximity of 91.
Yeah, I was supposed to be 91, but I took a few extra laps. But I'm in the same age group.
Likewise.
Perfect. Is the Ottawa scene the first music scene, local scene that you guys got into, or did you guys all come from different parts of the country?
No, we are all Ottawa locals. So Steve and I had some exposure to the Ottawa scene back earlier on in the
Before you guys were born.
well, yeah. So we used to play in bands back in late '80s and in the early '90s. Big hiatus, but yeah, we're all local from Ottawa. So getting back into music is getting into the Ottawa scene.
Seeing as that you guys are scene veterans, how have you found the Ottawa scene has changed from back then to the way that it is now?
Yeah, very good question. Some similarities and some differences. So some similarities, there still was always a very, very thriving sort of underground and independent music and punk rock music scene in Ottawa. I mean, some individuals like Sean Scallon from Spectrasonic was running shows back in the day. So we used to go see a lot of like really, really good shows at Porter Hall at Carleton University. So there was still there's still a really, really good scene in Ottawa. You had to find it a little bit differently than you do today, but it's good getting back into things, and it's like I'd say the energy from today's scene is really, really high, and it's very promising. We take a lot of inspiration from it.
Here we are, playing imaginary.
So you guys just put out an album, All Guesses Passed Off as Hope. What are some of the influences musically, or maybe some of the personal stories that have gone into creating this record?
Yeah, I mean, our musical influences, there's a bit of a sort of a indie pop punk through line to that. I mean, we could trace that back to some of the musical inspirations that we had when we were growing up and first getting into bands. But then sort of we're always interested to sort of weave in some new sort of sounds and influences as well. I mean, a couple of the songs on this current album there, Steve, one of Steve's friends, came in to do some violin tracks on it, which was just sort of an interesting flavor. Previous albums had some acoustic guitar. We sort of swapped out the acoustic guitar for some more reverb on Brock's rig. So again, it's a lot of it's about capturing mood and about capturing sort of emotions and that type of thing, while trying to stay true to sort of a general musical through line, but then also injecting other things that make sense. As long as there's like some element of logic and intention with introducing new sounds and stuff like that, I think that's always what we're trying to go for as we evolve as a band.
Sure. So with the modern local scene favoring a lot of the indie and sort of emo influences, have you found that playing with these newer bands has started to bleed into the songwriting or any of that influence?
Yeah, you're handing me the mic. It's all good. Yeah, I would say absolutely. I mean, we things like My Chemical Romance, certainly sort of feeling that shoegaze emo vibe coming back in. It's definitely influencing how I'm approaching guitar. Ian spoke to some of the reverb I'm bringing in. That didn't necessarily stem from there. I kind of got back into the Stone Roses recently by accident. But I got exposed to Julian Baker's the name I keep throwing out on these kind of interviews. And listening to what she was doing with her guitar and what Boy Genius was doing, that put me down a rabbit hole of pedals. And that pedal is presented prominently in some of our new songs now. I can't believe what she's doing with that Telecaster of hers. So I brought that sound in, and I think that plays out on 2 or 3 songs anyway. Yeah.
So seeing as it's been about 3 years since your last full length, how has that songwriting process and that experience that you guys have gained, how has that impacted writing this new album?
Yeah, I would say a lot of it, I'm even going to maybe take it back a quick step there. So if you look at the sort of the trajectory between Eyes on Fire, our first album, and Lost Stories, our second, we've always described Eyes on Fire as a bit more of a patchwork. The sounds were a little bit, not disconnected, but there was a lot more maybe variety. And a lot of that was because we were trying to find our voice and trying to find a sound. By the time we got to Lost Stories, we'd sort of locked into a through line, which was a little bit more, still melodic, but a little bit louder and aggressive. Which I think made sense to be able to deliver some of the messages that we wanted to convey on that one. And when we got to All Guesses, again, that through line is still there, but we were much more interested in being able to sort of capture different types of mood that related to some of the songs that we were doing. So, that's where you're starting to get different types of layers of reverb, maybe on top of some heavy or some sort of like maybe some sharper dynamics into things. Again, I think introducing the violin into a couple of the songs there just adds a little bit of a different flavor that, again, just is able to impact some stuff there.
Yeah, shout out to Todd Duckworth. Thanks for joining us on the album.
stop to dwell. Oh, wonder how we were burning light from both ends. We chased our shadows while the others chose to bend.
What would you guys say is your favorite song on the new record?
I know what mine is.
Well, why don't you start?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know which one's my favorite. Gravity Fails is my favorite song on this album. It's got some tempo changes and just the actually having to learn that song was hard. There's a lot of chord changes for me, and I enjoyed the challenge, and I really like what came out at the end.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna kind of go for a hard tie between Red Sun and Over Now. Over Now, I like it just from the perspective that there's a lot more sort of washy dynamics to it, and there's a sort of an interesting build up to the sort of the finale of that song.
It's hard to say because, you know, there's a certain joy in playing these songs that it's a different kind of joy from listening to them. So to play them, I'd have to, I'm torn between Over Now and Broken Window for playing fun, but listening back to the album, About Us is like really up there for me. And then, you know, the more OG tracks on this album anyway, like Burn Down as well. So, Fred?
I can't pick one. I like them all. Maybe Red Sun would pop into my mind, but I can't say it's a clear favorite. I mean, it's not clear, but it's, you know, it pops into my head, so it means something. But I like them all.
So how was the recording process for this new record?
Yeah, this one was a bit of a different experience for us. The first two albums were total DIY projects that we recorded ourselves. This time, with the exception of Broken Window and Burn Down, which were again DIY recordings, we did the bulk of the album at Little Bullhorn. So new experiences for us. Playing live off the floor, which was different because again, when we're recording ourselves. Just sort of our studio setup just sort of dictates that we have to layer every instrument on top of each other. So to be able to kind of sort of capture that frenetic energy of playing off the floor, also having a sort of a sober second thought with Dave Draves at the board was good. Getting to experiment with all sorts of like old analog vintage equipment, recording to tape, that was kind of a cool experience as well. And be able to bridge that gap, I think, between, again, two DIY songs that were recorded digitally and then making them mesh with the other 8 that were recorded at the studio. Again, a lot of kudos goes out to Christian Montano, who we've collaborated with down at Montano Mastering in Toronto to be able to sort of stitch that together in a seamless manner. And then being able to press it to vinyl, having a side A and a side B, having to get up off the couch, flip it over. It's a really, really cool trajectory for sure.
So now that this record is out, is the plan to continue playing shows around locally and in different provinces, or are you getting back in the studio into the writing?
Yeah, so we have 2 more scheduled shows for this calendar year. So we're down in a couple of weekends down to Guelph and Toronto, and then we're starting the arithmetic of planning 2026 shows. So yeah, that's always an interesting challenge, getting our calendars synced up for that. Trying to find other bands whose calendars synced up to what we're trying to do. But yeah, we'll definitely. I think the focus for the next calendar year is definitely going to be out playing this live and getting exposure to some new bands and some new people.
Yeah, and we haven't worked on anything new. No, we put a lot of work into these 10 songs, and a lot of creative energy from our songwriters, these 2 guys. So yeah, it'll be interesting to it's always interesting when new ideas come in, new songs start forming, but nothing's started yet.
The record company's not breathing down our neck at this point.
All right, so thanks you guys for coming in and playing a couple songs for us and sitting through all of our questions. Is there anything else you guys would like to do a quick shout out for?
Just the usual. All the friends and family that show up. Dave for helping us with the album. Christian for stitching it all together, like Ian said. And then you guys. We love our Ottawa scene, and we appreciate being able to be a part of it. So thank you.
Share a secret